Good morning, everybody. Sometimes I hate dreams. Didn't really plan to start that way, but sometimes my dreams push me to get up in the morning when I just want to stay in bed. I actually don't remember what I dreamed last night, but I woke up just with such a push to talk more about why I'm choosing to talk about God. And believe me, there's a part of me that's like screaming no to this whole conversation. But it's really not about God for me, or not about God. It's not about some argument about whether we believe in God or not. It's really about consciousness. It's really about, like, do we believe that we live in this world in a kind of isolation, or do we believe that there's consciousness that lives beyond us? I guess if you're not comfortable with the word God, then you can also just use the word love. Like, do you believe that love exists beyond our immediate experience? And I say that all because it affects how we work with our dreams. I actually think we need to be in conversation with our dreams. We need to be in relationship with our dreams. And we can't really be in conversation and relationship with something that we don't believe has consciousness. I mean, I guess you can, but for me, the real power in dreams, the real power in my own experience of my dreams is the belief that there's some consciousness coming to me that's beyond my own immediate experience, that there's guidance, that there's love, that there's brilliance and wisdom that, again, is in relationship to my own inner brilliance and wisdom, that there's like this relationship. And it's one of the most powerful things in the world to lean into. It's one of the most powerful ways of moving through this world, not in isolation, like walking through your day knowing, oh, I'm not alone on my journey. I mean, hopefully I have my people. I'm so fortunate to have my people. I love my people. But I found my people by offering this part of myself to the world. And my people are those people who offer it back to me. The people who have a kind of love that goes beyond this immediate physical world that we live in. And you can call that God, or you can call it love, or you can call it consciousness. The actual word doesn't matter to me. What matters is that we understand we're not actually alone here. Literally, we wake up in the morning and there's something that's come to us in the night. There's something to us that comes to us all day long. The world around us is alive in some way with consciousness. And it changed me, the way that I work with dreams, to accept that. And I'm not here to proselytize about any form of religion or form of God. Please, please, please own it in whatever language works for you. In some ways, I'm struggling with my own relationship to my lineage. I grew up in a lineage that was all about God, all about the Catholic Church, all about the Bible. Actually, not so much about the Bible, more about God and the church. I grew up in a very conservative Catholic tradition that was really more about the church than even about God in some ways, for me at least. And I'm struggling with what that means and how to teach, because I think I grew up, my mom taught me two very different ideas about who God was. One was the church's version, which was a version that wasn't about having a relationship with God. It was about having a relationship with this institution, which just breaks my heart. And but my mom also taught me this other version through her own example, that love is something bigger than who we are. That we're all actually bigger people than we think we are. We have bigger hearts, bigger souls, bigger wisdom, bigger brilliance, bigger beauty. I don't know why that needs to be a radical idea, but I think it's because we live in an incredibly abusive culture. I know that may sound extreme. We also live in a beautiful world, a beautiful culture, but I find out from people over and over again that they're taught not to believe that it's okay to just be themselves. The reason I believe in a bigger consciousness is because I believe I believe that consciousness is incredibly beautiful and brilliant. And we're a manifestation of that consciousness, and we're meant to take that consciousness into our lives. We're not meant to take that consciousness and serve an institution. We're not meant to take that consciousness and serve a political party. We're not meant to minimize ourselves in any way. We're not supposed to minimize ourselves to a teacher either. I don't want to be that teacher for anybody. I want to be the teacher that teaches you that you're the teacher. We're calling our organization and website the People of the Dream now, but we originally called it Students of the Dream because we're not the masters. We're not the gurus. We're not the ones, except to the extent that we're all the one. We all get to be the one and let our own amazing self come through into this world. And I know that's a struggle. I know that's not so easy for anybody. We deal with incredible challenges in this world, and we're taught to accept those challenges on some level that diminishes who we are. Sue wrote an absolute beautiful piece last night about the stories that we grow up with. I'll post a link to that down in the description, I guess they call it. I'm new to all this YouTube stuff. It's an absolutely beautiful piece about asking questions. Don't accept the story of who you were brought up to be. Look at your dreams and consider the possibility that your dreams are offering you an entirely different story. You get to ask questions, you get to explore, you get to play around with reality. And dreams are an incredible venue for that. They are this piece of consciousness. And if you're comfortable with it, they're this piece of God's wisdom that comes to us each night. They're this gift. Like, we get to sleep and wake up with love at our side, with love at our back, in the face of whatever challenge you're going through today. And I get it, that there's an incredible amount of challenges that people are going through in this world today. But you don't have to do that alone. To me, in all the studying that I've done around trauma and abuse, the single worst effect of abuse and trauma is that it makes us feel isolated. It makes us feel like we're alone from this world, not just from each other. That's part of it. But it also makes us feel like we exist as some kind of being separate from everything else, and we're not. I may not always like having company in the morning, especially when I want to sleep. But aside from sleeping with Sue, I also sleep with some greater consciousness. I grew up with a little plaque over my bed that said, God is love. My relationship with God and the church has been so conflicted in my life. I so rebelled against, I guess I'm still rebelling against parts of what I was taught. And I'm learning to own my own understanding of what consciousness is, my own understanding of what God is. And it's actually not an understanding. I'm owning my own relationship to consciousness, and I'm owning my own relationship to God. And it's one of the most empowering things that you can do. And please don't stop at like, do I believe in God or not? That's not really the issue. The real issue is, can you let in the possibility that this consciousness that exists beyond your immediate experience, and that consciousness comes to you with a kind of love, I think all our relationships, all our love relationships would be different if we knew that there was this sea of love that we live in. I know a lot of people don't feel that. There are a lot of days I don't feel that. But we live in the sea of love that we then get to share with another person. All of that. So this is me from my morning. Sun coming up here in north central Maine. I hope this I hope this is an offering that helps you in some way. If you like it, please, I'm supposed to tell you to subscribe and like, write a comment. All of those things help to kind of boost the video and get the word out there. So you'd be doing me a favor if you do that. Thank you. I'll see you next time.